My name is Annalisa Cariff, and I am an elder here at Grace Chicago. I hope you've already heard the exciting news of our purchase of a permanent home. We are in the process of buying a building at 3614 North Lincoln. It is already a beautiful space, and we know that with a few renovations, we can create a warm, functional, and welcoming home for Grace. The building will give us room to grow. It has exposed brick and natural light. It is located around the corner from public transportation. Right now, we are in the imagining phase. Sunday school classrooms, a cozy nursery, office space, our own kitchen, and a beautiful place to gather for worship and events. With your help and financial support, our move to this space will allow us to live more deeply into our mission statement, to seek the good of individuals and the welfare of the city by embracing the good news of God's redemptive promise. We know that we can be here for at least the next 5 years. Our goals are to keep our monthly space costs roughly equal to what we're currently paying for space and to avoid a huge increase in operating expenses.
Thanks, Annalisa. My name is Dan Bartz, and I'm an elder here at Grace Chicago. Let's take a look at the financial overview of this purchase. So, looking at our capital sources and uses, the real estate purchase is for $1.52 million. We're estimating a renovation budget of around $550,000 to bring the space up to our standard and what we need in order to operate in the space. We're estimating a furniture, fixtures, and equipment budget of $76,000 to purchase chairs for the congregation space, for kids' rooms, etc. We're estimating a $61,000 soft cost budget to cover things like architecture and legal fees, and a transition budget of $55,000 to help us cover the period when we'll still need to be renting space while we're doing our renovations. That means the total project cost is $2.262 million. To fund that, we're working with the RCA Growth Fund to procure a loan that covers 70% of the purchase price of the space. The loan terms for that Growth Fund loan are very competitive, and this deal seems like a great fit for them, so we're really excited about that. And also structuring the deal this way accomplishes the goals that Annalisa just mentioned of keeping our ongoing costs within 15% of our current operating budget. We're also pursuing a Growth Fund grant with the RCA of $50,000. We feel like we're good candidates for that. And we have a significant amount of cash on hand currently, but we like to maintain about 6 months of our operating budget on hand, so $48,000 of that current cash on hand is available for space. That means that our Home for Grace campaign needs to produce $1.1 million in order to get to that total project cost. And so that is our goal for the campaign. Looking ahead to our project timeline, now through September, we're finalizing the purchase. Currently, we're in the due diligence period. So doing all of our homework on the space, and we're looking to close in September or October. If we're able to do that, we'll go for a permit and begin renovations in December, with an eye towards welcoming Grace Chicago home to this new space in March of 2023. And then looking at our capital campaign timeline, so we're looking to secure $500,000 in gifts by July 1st. That will help us move forward with the loan and the purchase of the space. Then we're looking for phase 2 gifts of $350,000 by January 1st to fund the renovations. And finally, $250,000 in phase 3 to fund the procurement of our furniture, fixtures, and equipment and close out the project.
Thank you, Dan. My name is Jill Reed. I am on the steering committee for Home for Grace. I'm Bob's wife, and I have spent 22 years in various roles in fundraising. So I'm happy to be part of this team working to raise the money we need to get towards our goals. And our goal really is to purchase this building, which we are in the process of right now. And this is something that's going to involve all of us. What we need, as you saw in the last slide, is right now in phase 1, we need to raise $500,000 by July 1st. I'm very pleased to say that as of today, we have $235,000 towards that goal, so we're a good ways there. By January 1st, we need to hit the $350,000 and on top of that, and then $250,000 by June 1st of next year. So I want to walk you through an example using our pledge form, that you can see on the website of how you can consider making all of these phases and thinking about your gift. I think for all of us, the first thing that we need to do is make sure that you are on board with this, that you've prayed about, you've had your questions answered, any lingering questions you have about how the money is being spent, and what's going to happen after we get into the space, we can answer. The second thing is to pray about how you can be part of it. This is really your community, and it's going to involve all of us. Each and every one of us can contribute something, and and that's how this is going to work. It's not going to be one or two of us, but all of us. So looking at the pledge form, just to give an example of what I did, is after praying about, feeling comfortable with this campaign, I started to get excited and think about, what do I have right now that by July 1st I could give? And so in the pledge form, I kind of blocked in that amount. And then I looked at, what could I give starting either September 1st, I looked at starting August 1st, for the months remaining between then and January. And this is important to think about on top of your regular giving, because we still need to support the regular activities that happen every week at Grace. Once you figure that out, it'll calculate what your total contribution pledge is, and then put your name and email address. I was really encouraged when I saw, because I wanted to participate in this, but I don't have a ton of money. And so seeing that the amount that I could give by July 1 plus that monthly really added up to me feeling good about how much I was giving. A couple of notes that I want to mention. One is anonymity. This is not the type of building campaign that's going to involve names. We're not going to name benches. We're not going to name walls. The only people who will know about your gift is Anna Swanson, who is our treasurer, and Sheila Kaczynski, who is our bookkeeper who doesn't attend Grace. If you're concerned about that, please talk to one of us. There's a way we can have you give with only Sheila knowing. The second thing to note I already mentioned, which is we ask you to prayerfully consider how much you can give on top of your regular giving. So please try to think about it in that way and not cut into the regular amount that you may be giving to Grace. On the other hand, personally, it made me really think about how much am I giving to Grace? And as I move up in my career, is my weekly giving mirroring that? It was really a time where I did some soul searching about that. The next thing I wanted to mention is that, we accept gifts in other ways than just cash from your bank account. We accept gifts of securities. So what that means, I have a little more information about it that you can see on the website. You can also call me or Anna. But the bottom line is that you get more of a tax break if you give a gift of security, because it's taxed at a higher rate because of capital gains tax rules. The last thing I wanted to mention is if you're not a regular user of EasyTithe, I highly recommend it. They have an app that is super easy to use, and we have a video to help walk you through doing the pledge form that I mentioned. And there are places where you can do a one-time gift. We already have a drop-down where you can select for if it is for the capital campaign, or if it is for regular giving, or if it's for the Deacons Fund. So right now, you could go on the website or go on your EasyTithe app and make these gifts. Thank you, and we hope that everybody prayerfully considers their gift, because it's going to take all of us. Thank you.